brutally, predictably, and without apology. And centuries later, his observations remain undefeated. People haven't changed. Ambition hasn't changed. Deception hasn't changed. And the psychology of power, the real machinery behind influence and control, is almost exactly the same. This video breaks down 10 Machiavellian laws from The Prince that every person who wants leverage, psychological advantage, and strategic dominance must understand. Not to be cruel, not to be evil, but to stop being naive. Because in a world where everyone is playing chess, the person who plays checkers gets sacrificed first. These are not nice lessons. They're not meant to make you comfortable. They're meant to make you strategic. Let's begin. Law 1. Never rely on the goodwill of others. From The Prince, chapter 3 and 6. Power is rarely taken by brute strength. It is taken by understanding the weakness of depending on others. Machiavelli's first and most brutal truth is this: anyone who relies on the goodwill, loyalty, or support of others is already defeated. Why? Because goodwill is emotional, and emotions shift faster than alliances. People will support you when it benefits them, it entertains them, or it doesn't cost them anything. But the moment your success threatens their comfort, their loyalty evaporates. Machiavelli writes that a prince who rises to power by the help of others, by their influence, their favor, their connections, is standing on a collapsing bridge. He is powerful only as long as they want him to be, and that makes him weak. The Machiavellian interpretation. A leader, a creator, a business person, anyone who seeks power must build a foundation that does not depend on the emotional stability of other people. You don't rise by begging for approval, hoping to be liked, waiting for others to open doors. You rise by building your own leverage, mastering your own skills, becoming so strategically valuable that dependency flips. They need you more than you need them. When you need someone, they control the terms. When you are needed, you control the terms. Real-world application. Don't rely solely on partners who can replace you. Don't rely on friends who resent your ambition. Don't rely on supporters who disappear when you succeed. Build systems, skills, and strategies that make you self-sufficient. Then use alliances as multipliers, not lifelines. A Machiavellian never builds his empire on borrowed pillars. Law 2. Crush instability before it begins. From The Prince, chapter 3 and 5. Machiavelli teaches something most people never understand until it's too late. Small problems become deadly when ignored. Tiny rebellions become revolutions. Unchecked instability becomes collapse. A weak leader waits. A strong leader intervenes immediately. Why this law matters. In The Prince, Machiavelli explains that newly gained territories are always unstable, not because of major threats, but because of small seeds of dissatisfaction. Those seeds grow in silence. People whisper, resentments simmer, loyalties shift in the dark. Most leaders don't notice the danger until it explodes. But Machiavelli insists, a wise ruler destroys instability while it is still small, still soft, still manageable. Once a threat matures, you lose control of the outcome. The Machiavellian interpretation. This law applies to life, relationships, business, and personal power. The moment someone tests your boundaries, address it. The moment a partnership shows cracks, investigate it. The moment a habit begins weakening your discipline, stop it. The moment you sense disloyalty, confront it or cut it off. Delays empower problems. Action disarms them. A leader who hesitates dies by hesitation. Real-world application. If someone repeatedly disrespects you, deal with it early, or it becomes the new standard. If your team grows undisciplined, correct the culture immediately. If you feel yourself slipping, procrastination, weakness, distraction, punish the weakness before it spreads. If a decision feels uncomfortable but necessary, remember, discomfort now prevents disaster later. This law isn't about paranoia. It's about preventing the preventable. A Machiavellian doesn't wait for chaos. He eliminates the first spark before it becomes a wildfire. Law 3. Win hearts, but never trust them. From The Prince. Machiavelli delivers a brutal truth most people avoid. You should earn loyalty, but you should never depend on it. Human loyalty is emotional, unpredictable, and easily bought by someone offering more. Power collapses the moment you rely on the goodwill of others. A wise ruler knows this. He inspires support, but he anchors his survival in structure, not sentiment. Why this law matters. In The Prince, Machiavelli explains, a prince must appear compassionate, loyal, and just, but behind the appearance, he must build systems of power that do not rely on people being good, consistent, or grateful, because people change fast. They love you when you benefit them. They desert you when someone else benefits them more. They praise you in comfort and betray you in fear. Emotion is currency that loses value quickly. Power must be built on assets that do not shift with emotion. The Machiavellian interpretation. This law shapes how powerful people operate. 1. Win hearts for stability. You want people to like you. It makes ruling easier. It keeps resistance low. It reduces unnecessary conflict. Your image is a shield, but a shield is not a fortress. 2. Never depend on hearts for survival. Machiavelli warns that leaders who rely on love end up devoured by it. Affection is fragile. Fear is predictable, but structure is unbreakable. So the true Machiavellian does this. Accept loyalty, appreciate praise, use admiration, but never trust any of it to last. Instead, he builds leverage, authority, skill, control of key resources, systems that make him difficult to replace, power that stands even if everyone around him switches sides. This is how you remain untouchable. How to apply this in real life. In relationships, be loving, but don't lose your spine. Maintain boundaries and autonomy. Affection should never become dependence. In business, win support, but rely on your competence, not praise. Your value must be structural, not emotional. In friendships, be generous, but don't expect reciprocity. People change. Your stability should not. In personal development, be kind to yourself, but not delusional. Self-love should motivate discipline, not excuse weakness. The essence of Law 3. Influence people emotionally. Depend on yourself structurally. This is the balance that creates unstoppable power. Law 4. Crush threats before they grow. From The Prince, Chapter 3 and 7. Machiavelli's fourth brutal law is simple, cold, and unforgiving. A danger you tolerate today is the downfall that destroys you tomorrow. No threat stays small. No rival stays weak. No problem stays contained. Powerful people understand this. The earlier you act, the easier the victory. The longer you wait, the harder the war. The core principle. Machiavelli writes that political tumors must be treated early. Once they spread, the cure is painful or impossible. The same is true in life. A disloyal advisor becomes a traitor. A rival with ambition becomes an enemy. A toxic friend becomes a destroyer. A bad habit becomes a destiny. A small disrespect becomes a pattern. If you ignore the first signs, you grant them permission to grow. High-power individuals never wait for the fire. They extinguish the spark. Why this law is so ruthless? Because your downfall rarely comes from a great enemy. It comes from something small that you allowed to survive. Machiavelli warned that rulers fall when they tolerate disloyal people. They allow rivals to gain influence. They fail to punish betrayal. They underestimate small problems. The powerful don't react. They anticipate. They don't fight big battles. They prevent them. The Machiavellian strategy. 1. Identify threats early. Don't wait for obvious problems. The most dangerous threats hide in tiny shifts in people's tone, small inconsistencies in behavior, changes in loyalty, early signs of manipulation, growing ambition in others, repeated small disrespect. These are warnings. Listen to them. 2. Act decisively, not emotionally. Machiavelli does not advise rage. He advises precision. Remove threats quietly, efficiently, with minimal drama, before others even notice. A smart ruler makes his moves in silence. 3. Don't give second chances to danger. Forgiveness is noble, but for power, it's often fatal. Once someone shows they are willing to harm you, their ambition doesn't vanish. It pauses. The powerful never bet their future on a reformed enemy. Life applications. In relationships, the first red flag is the truest one. Don't wait for 10 more. In friendships, if someone envies you, belittles you, or undermines you in jokes, they're telling you exactly who they are. In work, a co-worker trying to outmaneuver you will not stop. Cut their leverage early. In self-discipline, tiny bad habits become life-defining ruin. Procrastination, missed opportunities. Overthinking, paralysis. Neglect, decay. Fix the small leak now, so you don't lose the entire ship later. The essence of law. 4. Let nothing harmful grow. End it while it's small. This is how you maintain control, power, and peace. Law 5. Win loyalty through power, not kindness. Inspired by Machiavelli's The Prince, this is one of Machiavelli's most misunderstood and uncomfortable laws. People think loyalty comes from kindness, generosity, or love, but Machiavelli destroys that illusion. People are loyal to strength, not sentiment, to stability, not softness, to confidence, not kindness. If you want lasting loyalty in relationships, friendships, or leadership, you must learn this law, the core principle. Machiavelli famously writes, "It is far safer to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." He doesn't mean cruelty. He doesn't mean tyranny. He means something deeper. Love is voluntary. Fear is reliable. People love you until you disappoint them. You stop giving. You stop entertaining them. You stop being useful. You stop pleasing them. Someone new appears, but respect the kind that borders on fear, keeps people from crossing you even when they want to. This law is not about scaring others. It is about projecting strength so people know, I cannot afford to lose this person. I cannot afford to betray this person. I cannot afford to disrespect this person. That is loyalty. Why kindness alone fails. Kindness without strength leads to being taken for granted, being disrespected, being ignored, being undervalued, being used, being manipulated. Human nature responds strongly to boundaries, not softness. When you are too kind, people assume they need me. They won't leave. They won't stand up for themselves. And once they believe that, your power is gone. The Machiavellian strategy for loyalty. 1. Inspire respect first, then offer warmth. The order matters. Power, respect, trust, loyalty, then affection. If you reverse this order, you lose control. High-value leaders, partners, and rulers. Project capability before vulnerability. 2. Make consequences clear and consistent. People are loyal to what they fear losing. Let your presence be felt. Let your standards be known. Let your boundaries be firm. Your strength must be predictable, not emotional. 3. Reward loyalty, punish betrayal. Machiavelli says, "A ruler who tolerates betrayal invites more betrayal." Reward loyalty generously, but never tolerate disloyalty, even once. 4. Don't try to be liked, aim to be respected. Once respect is earned, likability can come naturally. But if you chase likability, you will sacrifice respect. The powerful know. Respect is the foundation of all stable relationships. Life applications. In relationships, people don't stay because of how much you love them. They stay because of how much they respect you. Respect comes from confidence, emotional control, boundaries, purpose, standards. That is what protects love, not softness. In friendships, be the friend who cannot be easily manipulated. Be the one with integrity and backbone. People follow those who lead themselves. At work, competence creates fear. Consistency creates trust. Combined, they create loyalty. A leader who is firm but fair outlasts the leader who tries to please everyone. The essence of law. 5. Kindness makes people like you. Strength makes people loyal to you. Balance both in that order. Law 6. Appear virtuous, act strategically. Inspired by Machiavelli's The Prince, chapters 18-19, this is one of Machiavelli's most brilliant and dangerous laws. A principle practiced by every powerful leader in history, but rarely admitted publicly. To maintain power, you must look moral, even if you cannot always be moral. Because in the real world, people judge what they see, not what is true. People reward appearances, not intentions. People trust the image, not the hidden strategy. Machiavelli understood what psychology now proves. Human beings are visual, emotional, and symbolic. Your image is more influential than your actions. So long as your actions do not contradict the image too blatantly, that is the heart of Law 6. The core principle. Machiavelli writes that a leader must learn how not to be good and to use this knowledge when necessary. Not because evil is admirable, but because life forces difficult decisions. Good people try to do what is right. Powerful people do what is necessary. And here is the Machiavellian genius. You must always protect your reputation for virtue. To the public, you appear honest, compassionate, loyal, just, disciplined, moral. That behind closed doors, you remain strategic, calculating, precise, emotionally neutral, realistic, unafraid of necessary conflict. This duality keeps your power protected. The psychology behind the law. 1. People trust the illusion more than the truth. Human beings prefer a comforting lie to a painful truth. We want heroes, not complexity. If you look morally upright, people will ignore or excuse your mistakes. 2. Your reputation can save you even from your own actions. A reputation for integrity gives you forgiveness, the benefit of the doubt, protection, loyalty, influence. Once your reputation collapses, your power collapses with it. 3. People want leaders who seem better than them, even if they secretly know everyone has flaws. Appear better, that is enough. The Machiavellian strategy. 1. Build a public image of virtue. Be seen doing honorable acts, charitable gestures, calm responses, disciplined routines, respectful communication. These don't have to define you at all times. They only need to define how people perceive you. 2. Keep your strategic moves private. Your power grows in silence. You don't announce your disagreements, your real intentions, your frustrations, your strategic decisions, your long-term plans. Hidden motives are safer than exposed vulnerabilities. 3. Never show the calculations behind your kindness. Your warmth must look natural, not tactical. If people sense you are strategic, they will withdraw emotionally. The trick is simple. Let people see the smile, never the gears turning behind it. 4. Use occasional strictness to reinforce respect. Your image must be moral, but your decisions must be effective. A leader who is only soft is ignored. A leader who is only hard is hated. A leader who balances both is obeyed. 5. Protect your reputation at all costs. Machiavelli warns, a prince must avoid being despised, not disliked, despised. People tolerate strictness. People obey authority. But once you look hypocritical or weak, your followers will abandon you instantly. Life applications. In relationships, maintain emotional integrity publicly. Show composure. Show principles. Show responsibility. But privately, enforce your boundaries with precision. That balance is what creates long-term respect. In social settings, be the person who appears fair, disciplined, and reliable. Your social value multiplies. At the same time, never let your soft exterior fool people into thinking you're naive or easily manipulated. At work or in leadership, your reputation for professionalism is more valuable than your actual emotions or intentions. Appear steady even when making hard decisions behind the scenes. The essence of law. 6. Be feared for your competence, loved for your character, and respected for the person you appear to be. This is how rulers, CEOs, diplomats, and high-value individuals maintain power across decades. Law 7. Win loyalty through strength, not begging. If Law 6 was about appearance, Law 7 is about allegiance. Specifically, how powerful people make others loyal without pleading, chasing, or lowering themselves. This is one of the most misunderstood ideas in Machiavelli's philosophy, and also one of the most liberating, because here's the truth. People do not stay loyal because you are kind. They stay loyal because you are strong, competent, and beneficial to be aligned with. Kindness creates affection. Strength creates commitment. Competence creates trust. Consistency creates respect. To Machiavelli, loyalty is never an accident. It's engineered, and it comes from power, not neediness. The core principle. Machiavelli teaches that a ruler should never rely on the love of his people alone. Love is conditional. Love is emotional. Love disappears when circumstances change. Instead, loyalty must be built on your value, your authority, your stability, your strength, your usefulness. People stay loyal to whoever gives them the greatest sense of security, direction, or benefit. Not the person who is nicest, not the person who begs for them, not the person who tries too hard. The psychology behind the law. 1. People respect what they rely on. If you stand strong emotionally, socially, or strategically, others naturally gather around you. Human nature gravitates towards stability. 2. People follow strength more than morality. A moral but weak person gets ignored. A strong but flawed person still commands followers. Power speaks louder than virtue. 3. Giving too much creates entitlement, not loyalty. When you give excessively, people expect more. People take you for granted. People lose respect. People stop appreciating your presence. But when you provide value strategically and sparingly, your importance increases. 4. Loyalty, built on dependence, is fragile. People who need you can abandon you the moment someone else gives more. People who respect you stay even when tempted elsewhere. The Machiavellian strategy. 1. Be valuable, but not overly available. You must offer something rare: clarity, strength, stability, insight, leadership, direction. But you must not offer it constantly. Scarcity creates appreciation. 2. Stop explaining yourself. A powerful person is understood through action, not justification. Explanations breed doubt. Authority breeds trust. 3. Enforce boundaries with quiet certainty. The moment someone crosses a line, correct calmly, correct firmly, correct immediately. People are loyal to those who enforce order, not those who fall apart under pressure. 4. Be unpredictable enough to be respected, not chaotic, not volatile, but strong enough to keep others aware that your approval is not automatic. Predictability breeds comfort. A little tension breeds loyalty. 5. Reward loyalty publicly, but punish betrayal privately. Machiavelli insists that loyalty must be recognized, so others feel motivated to follow suit. But disloyalty must be handled discreetly, so you remain in control without appearing vindictive. 6. Keep your emotions controlled. Loyalty evaporates when a leader looks unstable. Your calm becomes everyone else's confidence. A composed leader, even under stress, is magnetic. Life applications. In relationships, people stay with those who are grounded, confident, self-respecting, not those who beg for attention or validation. Loyalty grows when your presence feels rare, respected, self-contained, emotionally solid. When you chase someone, you give your power away. When you hold your value, you gain theirs. In friendships, the person who becomes the stabilizing force naturally becomes the center of the group. You don't force loyalty, you attract it. At work or in leadership, your team will follow you because you know what you're doing. You remain calm. You don't compromise your standards. You inspire confidence. Loyalty is a natural response to competence. The essence of law. 7. People stay loyal to strength, not weakness. To value, not desperation. To those who stand tall, not those who beg to be seen. This law is the backbone of influence in leadership, relationships, and life. Law 8. Control fortune by controlling yourself. Based on Machiavelli's core idea that fortune controls half of life but the other half is yours to command. Machiavelli believed that fortune is like a violent river, unpredictable, chaotic, destructive. But the prince who prepares in advance, who builds strong banks and channels, can limit the damage. In plain terms, you cannot control luck, but you can control your preparedness, discipline, and adaptability. This law teaches you how to stay in command, even when life throws unpredictable storms. The Machiavellian core of this law. Machiavelli observed that successful leaders aren't the ones who depend on luck. They are the ones who prepare for change, adapt faster than rivals, stay flexible in strategy, never rely on external circumstances. He believed that fortune favors the bold, but boldness alone is not enough. Why this law matters? For life, leadership, and power. Life will always shift in ways you can't predict. Markets crash. People betray. Opportunities evaporate. Sudden chances appear. Conditions change overnight. Machiavelli is telling you, only those who evolve survive. If you can control yourself, your reactions, your habits, your discipline, you can thrive in any environment. This law is about internal mastery. Practical breakdown of the law. 1. Build inner strength before you need it. Machiavelli compared this to building dams during peace to prevent destruction in storm seasons. Modern version. Save money before emergencies. Build skills before opportunities require them. Train discipline before life demands it. Create connections before you need them. If you prepare in advance, luck appears to always favor you. 2. Do not be rigid. Adapt to changing times. A prince who uses the same tactics in every situation eventually fails. Life today demands. If the world becomes fast, be decisive. If the world becomes cautious, be strategic. If the world becomes chaotic, be grounded. If the world becomes competitive, be innovative. Rigidity destroys power. Adaptation builds it. 3. Match your strategy to the era you live in. Machiavelli said rulers fail when their personality no longer fits the times. Example: a cautious leader fails in a world that rewards aggressiveness. A bold leader fails in a world that requires patience. Your strength becomes weakness when the environment shifts. Your job? Recognize when the era has changed and change with it. 4. Seize opportunities without hesitation. Fortune rewards speed, boldness, willingness to act. One of Machiavelli's famous lines, "Fortune is a woman. She must be conquered by boldness." Applied today. Apply for the opportunity. Launch the product. Start the business. Message the client. Take the risk while the window is open. Hesitation kills more dreams than failure ever does. 5. Create your own luck through work. This law teaches you that what we call luck is often preparation, meeting opportunity, consistency, meeting timing, skill meeting demand, knowledge meeting crisis. If you work every day, you position yourself to intercept fortune. The Machiavellian paradox of this law. Fortune is unpredictable, but predictable in one way. It always rewards those who prepared before others. This creates a counterintuitive conclusion. You can't control what happens, but you can control whether you are ready for what happens. Machiavelli teaches, the wise prepare, the foolish react. Those who prepare seem lucky. Those who don't call life unfair. The dark side of this law, how powerful people use it. People in power apply this law by creating backup plans for their backup plans, preparing alliances before needing them, never letting emotions control decisions, constantly improving skills, not relying on promises, circumstances, or luck. They force luck to bend toward them. This is the essence of Machiavellian success. Action steps. 1. Build skills relentlessly. Every new skill increases your control over fortune. 2. Anticipate problems before they arrive. Ask, what could go wrong in my job, finances, relationships? Prepare for those scenarios. 3. Stay emotionally neutral in unpredictable times. Control your reactions. Regain control of your situation. 4. Observe shifts in your environment early. The earlier you adapt, the more power you preserve. 5. Act fast when opportunity appears. Do not overthink. Hesitation turns opportunity into regret. Summary of law. 8. Fortune is chaotic. Life is unpredictable. But the more you develop discipline, skills, intelligence, emotional control, adaptability, the less fortune can harm you. Machiavelli's message: if you control yourself, you control your destiny. This is the foundation of personal power. Law 9. Win loyalty through reality, not illusion. Based on Machiavelli's principle that lasting power comes from managing people's expectations and grounding loyalty in real benefits, not empty promises. Machiavelli understood a brutal truth about human nature. People follow whoever benefits them most emotionally, financially, or strategically. They may admire ideas, but they obey results. This law teaches you how to build unshakable loyalty by anchoring it in real value, not illusions, lies, or empty hope. It is one of Machiavelli's most misunderstood but most powerful teachings, the Machiavellian essence of this law. Machiavelli wrote that a prince must be feared enough to prevent betrayal, loved enough to prevent rebellion, but the most important thing is this: loyalty is earned by delivering real benefits, not speeches, not dreams. In the prince, loyalty comes from protection, stability, prosperity, opportunity, fairness. In today's world, this translates to people stay loyal when their lives get better because of you. Machiavelli breaks loyalty down into 3 truths. 1. People remember benefits more than promises. Never promise what you cannot deliver. Promise less and deliver more. 2. People change loyalty when conditions change. This is why you must constantly reinforce your value. 3. People remain loyal when they fear losing what you give them. Security and opportunity bind people closer than anything else. Practical breakdown of the law. 1. Provide tangible value. People respect a mentor who makes them better, a leader who makes them safer, a partner who brings stability, a friend who brings opportunity. Empty talk creates temporary admiration. Tangible value creates permanent loyalty. 2. Manage expectations strategically. Machiavelli warned, do not raise expectations too high. People turn against you when reality disappoints them. Instead, promise small. Deliver big. Maintain momentum. Avoid spectacular failures. Expectation control is power. 3. Reward. Loyalty publicly, correct. Disloyalty privately. A Machiavellian leader rewards loyalty in ways others can see, disciplines disloyalty out of the public eye, creates incentive structures that make loyalty profitable, makes betrayal too costly to consider. This builds a stable circle around you. 4. Understand people's true motivations. Not what they say, what they want. Motivations often include security, recognition, money, influence, belonging, opportunity. When you give people their core need, loyalty becomes almost automatic. 5. Let people depend on you, but not too much. Machiavelli cautioned against total dependency. If people depend on you completely, they fear you. If people depend on you a little, they trust you. If they depend on you moderately, they love you. Balance is key. You want enough dependency to maintain influence, never so much that it turns into resentment. The dark side of loyalty. Machiavelli warns that some leaders make loyalty fragile by over-promising, under-delivering, being inconsistent, acting emotionally, showing weakness, rewarding the wrong people, ignoring resentment, letting rivals influence their supporters. A wise leader keeps loyalty alive by controlling the psychological ecosystem. This requires awareness, discipline, and fairness. Modern application of Law 9. At work, you build loyalty by making others' jobs easier, helping them succeed, sharing opportunities, being reliable and predictable, delivering results. People follow those who uplift them. In friendships and relationships, loyalty grows when you Provide emotional stability. Communicate honestly. Show consistency. Match actions with words. Trust is built through behavior, not declarations. In leadership, business, or influence, this law teaches you: build systems that benefit others. Offer protection in times of crisis. Deliver results before demanding respect. Create environments where people want to stay. You become the center of stability, the source of security people gravitate toward. How to apply Law 9. 1. Give more value than you take. Consistent value builds long-term loyalty. 2. Make people's lives easier. People bond deeply with those who reduce their burdens. 3. Be reliable, even when it's inconvenient. Reliability creates respect and emotional trust. 4. Reward loyalty quickly and clearly. People repeat what is rewarded. 5. Avoid overpromising at all costs. Manage expectations like a strategist. 6. Build a track record of performance. Nothing creates loyalty like consistent results. Law 10. Control fortune by controlling your preparation. Inspired by Machiavelli's teaching that although fortune rules half of human affairs, the other half is entirely in your hands, Machiavelli ends The Prince with one of his most enduring lessons. Fortune controls 50% of life, but the other 50% belongs to you. This law teaches you how powerful people prepare so strategically, so ruthlessly, and so intelligently that luck becomes irrelevant. The goal is not to eliminate uncertainty. The goal is to dominate everything you can control so that uncertainty never destroys you. This is one of Machiavelli's most empowering and misunderstood concepts, the core of Law 10. Machiavelli viewed fortune as unpredictable, chaotic, destructive, opportunity-filled, but also manageable if you prepare before the storm hits. This law is about building power through preparation, security through strategy, dominance through foresight. He believed the weak react to circumstances, the strong shape them. The foundational truth of this law, Machiavelli uses the metaphor of a flooding river. When the river is calm, people are lazy. When the river floods, everything is destroyed. Only wise rulers build dams when the water is still low. This is one of the most powerful ideas in the book. Preparation is the greatest weapon against chaos. How powerful people apply this law. 1. They build strength before they need it. Weak people prepare when disaster arrives. Strong people prepare when everything is calm. Machiavelli insisted, build alliances early. Strengthen your skills before competition rises. Secure resources before crisis. Build influence before conflict. Learn before you are tested. Preparation is the shield of the powerful. 2. They expect fortune to turn against them. Powerful people assume favorable conditions won't last. People will change. Opportunities will fade. Rivals will strike. Chaos is inevitable. This mindset creates discipline. It keeps you sharp when life is easy. 3. They adapt faster than others. Machiavelli wrote that the greatest leaders are bold when the situation demands aggression, cautious when the situation demands restraint, fluid when others are rigid, unpredictable when others are predictable. Preparation gives you options. Adaptation gives you power. 4. They build for multiple outcomes. The weak plan for one path, the strong plan for 5. This includes backup plans, exit strategies, alternative alliances, reserve resources, contingency moves. In Machiavelli's world, survival belongs to the multipath thinker. Modern application of Law 10. At work or business, prepare for layoffs, market shifts, management changes, policy shifts, competition, unexpected opportunities. He who prepares rises when others panic. In relationships, prepare for emotional conflict, financial instability, communication breakdowns, shifting boundaries, external pressures. The goal is not paranoia, the goal is resilience. In life, preparation means saving money, learning new skills, networking early, maintaining health, constantly leveling up. Luck favors the trained. Action steps to master law. 10. 1. Build skills before they are needed. Learn what will matter tomorrow, not today. 2. Strengthen your position quietly. Power grows best in silence. 3. Create a buffer between you and chaos. Money, allies, skill, influence, these are your dams. 4. Expect resistance and reversals. Don't be surprised by obstacles. Expect them, prepare for them, crush them. 5. Stay one move ahead. Nothing gives you control like foresight. Summary of law. 10. Machiavelli teaches, fortune controls half of life. Discipline controls the other half. But the half you control is more powerful than the half you don't. If you prepare ruthlessly, this final law is the culmination of all the others. Power belongs to the person who prepares. When you master this law, you become someone who no longer waits on luck. You create it. Now you know what most people never will. If you found value here, like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's ready to think differently. See you in the next one.